Back to another episode of the building school, or I forgot what did I call it the last episode. So I'm recording back to back right here because I'm too urgent to get this thing done, and I don't want to wait a long time after the video is edited and posted. Then I do another video. So this video is recorded right after I record the first one. I haven't even edited the first one yet. So in today's I will continue doing the terraforming, and the building will come later. Just the few episode will be terraforming the area to make it look at least a little bit nicer so that I can build properly. And so first up you need to do is clear out the water, and there's not clear out the water but rather the grass. So sometimes we do that and that's bad. What I do is put the water right here, not right there, I guess. You just need to find the correct spot so it will flow like this, and then it will clear out of the grass around the area. Or you can just break it by hand. And pick the seeds up. And this give me a cool idea to use maybe some item frame or armor stand to make some decoration for terraforming. But I will not get to that today, and maybe never, because it will require some common block works. So today I will be teaching you how to make some small decorations like the bushes and trees, and just small things that you will be walking by and say, huh, that's kinda cool. Or maybe just not even notice it at all because it's so natural. So first off, take some stone pressure plate and some buttons. Just spread them around the area that have stone randomly. No particular order, just however you feel like doing it. It will just make some little bulges and make the build look a little bit nicer. It is to break out the flatness of it if the slab and the stair isn't enough to break it out already, which it should a little bit at least. So there is the stones done, and I will still not be touching this today. I think I got a plan to what I could do with this space, but it's for later day. So now that you've done the little stone, you now have a couple of choices for the on land terraforming actually. There is the overgrown, or the one that have the more stone, or a more mandatory path that have actual path that going through it. But because this is a stranded island, I guess I can go with the overgrown. So with the overgrown, you need some leaf block. Oak and birch is usually my favorite because they have a different tone, but they have a very similar texture. And I think it's the same texture if I'm not mistaken, just different color. Yeah, a little bit. So how you want to use the bushes is that, again, you can use this in many forms, but first thing that I usually do is the vine. So the vine will grow up just like a snake. So it will crawl up the land like this. And don't worry if you cover up some of the terraforming that you've done before. It's not such a big deal because it will just make the whole thing feel a lot more natural. So just snake it up like this, and maybe add a few different leaf type in there, like so. And then maybe replace a little bit of blocks. Again, as I say many times right now, just go with the flow, no some actual technique or something like that. Also some submerged with water will look better. And it's just to find what works best for you. And you don't want to let the place too cramped, as you are going to add some other decoration after this. Sorry for my terrible throat. And you can maybe do some also at a stone. And this bush will just add some color to your builds, so it's not just a plain stone. And you don't worry if you want to remove some of your terraforming that you've done before, just go, because it will make the whole thing looks a lot more natural, trust me. And just to make it clear again, I hate rain in Minecraft. I should really just turn off the rain cycle. So again, some of the vine will submerge in the water. Like kinda like this. And maybe some just one block into the water. You have to think logically as well, like if vines go around a shore, how will it form a pylon of the vine, I guess you can say like that. So it must be connected somehow, and sometimes like over here the diagonal connection is fine, but when it is like this, it's just not feel right about it. So remove a block or add a block, it will just make the whole thing look a lot more nature. And then the vines will maybe possibly want some water as well, so submerge it in a little bit of water. And as you can see, you don't really notice the change of the blocks that I used between the brush and the oak leaf, because it just looks too natural for you to notice. But when you get close enough, you will see a clear difference between them. And after you've done all of the vines, which I have not because I still need to do this side, I forgot about that. And some of the vine, if you think that it's too long, maybe you can add a branch out just like this. So it's actually a mega vine, I guess you can say. And also sometimes, and in this case many times, the Minecraft world will generate some strange shoreline like this, and with the again the same way to detonate it. Like the shoreline right here doesn't look as good, so just place some random TNT, no particular order. Don't get it too close to the main islands, though you don't want to blow the main island up. And a normal TNT will have a 5x5 radius, which means 2 blocks out like this around itself. So you can spread it out just enough to blow it all up. Like that. And as you can see, it will create kinda a little bit of mess. But you can fill those in later, just keep detonating the area for now. And because this is spread out a little bit more wider, I can detonate them myself manually. This also works in the survivor, because you can see the survivor survivor, obviously. Don't know why I even mentioned that. Don't worry about the flow that you can fill those in later in survivor or in creative. Just go like which part is bulging up, blow it up. This is my favorite part about terraforming with TNT. Just blow everything up. Forgot the sand. Although I do get a little bit of lag whenever I use the TNT. And just push the shoreline back so it will look a little bit much more natural. And then remove some of the bits that is judging out too much from the side. I guess this should be in the landscaping video, but I just noticed the weird part right here, right now, that I need to change, so I do it right here. So after that, use the command, the magical fill command. Just go a large area until you think you cover off the water. And forgot, we need to replace the air with water with a table with a block ID of 0, and then it will get filled automatically. Although there is some stream, so maybe you want to go just a block further out. I guess I can just change the first coordinate. And I forgot I need to replace water with water. And as you can see, that will make everything just become a still water. And other than that, I can also clear some other stuff up using this technique, like replace the stone ID 1, I believe, with stone. No, is ID 1. Oh yeah, because I put the water. Forgot to remove the water. Need to replace, using stone to replace stone ID 1, which is granite. And I forgot to do the block state again. And let me kill off the entity. Also kill some animals in the way. So it will also give it a interesting looks without having to destroy the shoreline too much. And again, just polish up some parts here and there. And that's how you clean up a large space like that easily. And then again, just come in here and add some more vines. And just put a little bit wherever you feel like, in no specific order, and then you can change the leaf flow later if you want. So as you can see, it's a bit much overgrown right now. And other than that, you can add some small bushes other than the vine. With the small bushes, you just place some leaf block like this. There's an easier way that you can do it with War Edit, But as I say, I won't be doing what I did in this series, at least not right now. Where you feel like the land is just too flat, you can add a little bushes. So bushes is generate something like this, and you can just add on some stuff like that. So just again with this type of decoration, you just want to break the land up a bit. And after you are satisfied with all of your bushes, remember don't make it too cramped, because again some other decoration will come later. So next up, take some of the stone variant of stuff, like this four, and make some stone piles. You can make the stone pile a little bit flat like this one, or maybe just a little bit taller like this one. Again, you just add a little bit of color accent into the area, because this area is too green. I can just stick some of the stuff right here, and it will divide up the look of the greenness. Don't know if that is a real word, I just make that up. So you can replace a few of the blocks and just make some stone tiles. Sometimes when you're terraforming, you just need to think logical, because if this is a if this is an area that more people walk over, maybe there is less stone pile and then more of these pebbles and the pressure plate. The button and the pressure plate is like a little pebble. And as you can see, just therefore it already makes this area look a little bit more colorful. With colorful, I mean just green and gray, pretty much. You can make some small one like this also, and just place it whenever you feel like it. Just to make the whole thing feel more overgrown. And then the center here, I will build some stuff later, but just not right now. And at the end, take some of the stone's pressure plates. And then just place it down all over the place. A shame that you cannot put it on the leaf, or else it will look extra good. So as you can see, it will look much better with all of the stone and the vines around the place. And now for the nighttime version, I will set the time to the midnight. As you can see, it's midnight right now. And as you can see, this place get dim, and you can throw some torches here and there. People will notice it, but it gets the job done. But that is not how I want to do it. This is the most simple form of the hidden light ever. You take some glowstone or sea lantern or just torch. Any of the what light source block is good enough. You just place them into the bushes, like this part where the under part didn't get exposed. You can put a glowstone right there. it will just make the whole thing glow. And as you can see, this have all three sides, all six sides in fact visible, so I cannot use that place as a glowstone. But however, this place that is near the water, I can do that. And behind the walls, and it cannot do really much in this, but I can place a glowstone in there and use a stair to cover it up, so it will make the whole thing glow instead of the blue tint that you got right here. You got much of an active light around the place. I might do a episode on the natural lighting, because lighting is kinda ugly in the Minecraft, if I'm being any honest. So you have to use some clever tips and tricks to cover them up, or just make people not notice them. So the player will be like, why is this area so bright? And then they will go, oh, it's like that, or something like that, you know what I'm saying. With terraforming, you don't want anyone to put their eyes on the stuff too much. You just want people to go and flow to the terrain like it's a all natural thing. So terraforming is basically making the terrain much better. And also inside the bushes, a few lighting. Wherever you feel like it's too dim, put a light there, and then cover it up with something else later if it is visible. So as you can see, although there is still some dark patches, but in general the land feels more bright. And now I will set a time back to day. And the last thing, same with the stone, but with the wood, just place them ever so slightly around the vine. Just ever so slightly that no one will like ever look at it. And as you can see, there is another color accent that will get added to the area, so it won't just look so gray and green. It will also have a little wooden color. Of course, I will be doing the tutorial for other things like building. So this is just a process meanwhile to at least get the area a little bit nicer. So I am pretty satisfied with this project. Not with this project, but this little area right here. So I will call it good, and I've been Rakukun, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video if you like them, and don't forget to share them with your friends if you really like them. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.